Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into a book that's really stirred things up, Rebecca Yarros' Onyx Storm. That's the third book in the Empyrean series, dropped January 21st, 2025. There's been so much talk, right? So our goal here is to kind of cut through that noise. We'll look at the reviews, the plot, characters, the good and the bad bits.
Yeah.
Basically help you get a quick handle on why everyone's so divided.
Yeah, it's a really interesting split we're seeing. Onyx Storm basically picks right up. Violet's got this huge mission. She's trying to save Xaden from the Venan corruption, that dark magic stuff. And she's hunting this rare dragon breed, plus there's, war brewing. What's super clear from the sources is this real contrast, like high praise on one side and then pretty strong critiques on the other. It's almost like two different reading experiences.
That's a perfect way to put it. Okay, so let's start with the positives. What are people loving? The world building seems to be a big one. It's not just Basquiat anymore, right?
Right.
We're getting new islands, more complex politics, it feels.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Exactly. It really expands the scope. They introduce these vivid new locations, political maneuvering, and the dragon lore gets deeper, too, especially with that mysterious seventh dragon breed they hint at
Right.
that really opens things up.
Right, suggesting there's more we don't know. And people are still loving Violet's bond with her dragons.
Yeah.
And the squad.
Oh, definitely. That connection with Tern and Andarna, the squad camaraderie, Sawyer's whole emotional journey, those elements are still hitting home for a lot of readers. Very strong character stuff there.
Okay, so that connects to the action, too, I bet.
For sure. High energy action sequences and that ending. Wow. A real cliffhanger finish. It's got everyone online just buzzing, trying to figure out what happens next. And there's a Xaden and Violet relationship that continues to evolve. Lots of tension, but also tenderness. But it's fair to say the sources do mention that the heavy focus on romance, well, it isn't for everyone, which kind of leads us naturally into some of the criticisms.
Yeah, let's switch gears then. What are the main complaints? I've seen pacing problems mentioned a lot.
That's a big one. Middle book syndrome, some call it. You know that feeling where the story maybe stalls a bit between the big start and the big finish?
Right, like it's treading water.
Exactly. Some reviewers felt parts were just filler. There were complaints about info dumping, like just getting huge chunks of exposition dropped in. And maybe some side quests felt a bit dragged out.
Okay, so pacing and maybe feeling a bit lost in the middle.
And that connects to another point. The world feeling overcrowded. While the new lore is cool, introducing so many new places, gods, political groups all at once, it could feel overwhelming, maybe disorienting, even for readers who know the series well.
I could see that. Information overload. What about the romance criticisms?
Yeah, some specific points there. The dominant shadow daddy trope, powerful, maybe slightly overbearing male lead that came up. And also a feeling that some dramatic moments between Violet and Xaden felt kind of repetitive, like maybe losing some impact because they felt a bit shallow or seen before, almost cliched for some.
Okay, so maybe hitting the same emotional beats too often.
Potentially, yeah. And linked to that were comments on dialogue sometimes feeling forced or side characters not feeling fully consistent. Just little things that impacted the overall flow and, I guess, the prose quality for some readers.
Wow, okay. So with all that,
Yeah.
it makes sense the reactions are all over the place.
Totally. You've got real fan excitement, people loving the complexity, that cliffhanger, all the theorizing.
Yeah, the fandom's definitely active.
But then you absolutely see signs of reader fatigue, too. People worn down by the pacing, the info dumps, the romance maybe feeling repetitive. It's genuinely a mixed verdict. Ratings are like from 5 out of 10 all the way up to just glowing, heartfelt praise.
So the big question then, should you read it?
Well, look, if you really loved Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, if you're super invested in Violet, her dragons, Xaden, the whole Venan war, then yeah, Onyx Storm probably gives you exactly what you're after. More drama, more romance, that big twisty ending.
But there's a but.
Right, a cautionary note. If you're someone who gets easily frustrated by slower pacing in the middle, or if you feel overwhelmed by lots of new lore dumped quickly, or if maybe you're not a huge fan of those specific romantic tropes, then you might want to go in with, let's say, adjusted expectations. Maybe even reread the first two to get back in the zone first.
Good advice. Kind of know what you're signing up for.
Exactly. Look, Onyx Storm is, without a doubt, ambitious. It's hugely popular. It's got that rich world-building people love, big emotions, that gripping cliffhanger. It delivers on those fronts. But it's also a pretty clear case study in how even massive bestsellers can struggle with those mid-series challenges, like pacing dips and just a lot of stuff happening.
So, thinking about all this, it leaves us with a question for you listening. What really makes a middle book in a series work for you? Is it just about getting more of what you already love, even if some parts aren't perfect? Or is it more important for every single element, pacing, plot, characters to be absolutely polished, even if that means maybe playing it safer? What do you prioritize when you dive back into a series you love? Something to think about.